Alrighty, let's see. Jesus, how many shares are... Alrighty, let me go ahead and go to my page and share. This might be kind of funny. Y'all hear me talk to myself, but is okay. Let's see. Copy. Mm-hmm. No, not that. Just fixing something here. Alrighty. So I would have gone live on my public page. Good evening. I would have gone live on my public page, but my public page I can't go live yet because I don't have that many followers or anything of that many followers. So tight. So tonight's gonna be a little interesting. I'm gonna try to keep it not as long as I did my last rants, but hey, I mean, a lot of stuff has happened since the district has come back from Thanksgiving. A lot of news situations have come out. If you can, be adult and share this stream with your friends. And there's several things we're going to talk about. Now I have these on because of the mic. I have a mic somewhere, but it's not like the mic I want. I want a boom mic, but we'll get to that point eventually. We'll get to that. We'll get to that point of the boom mic. But okay, so I'm going to give it a couple more minutes to maybe one more person come in. I'm not expecting a bunch of people. I'm not expecting Frankie numbers. I'm not expecting anybody numbers. No, I'm just a person here that has an opinion about what's happening in BISD. Okay, I already shared. I was making sure it's shared. We're good. Okay. So I hope you guys had a very, very good Thanksgiving. A very relaxing Thanksgiving. Those of you that are teachers at any district, doesn't matter, but I hope you guys had a very, very good Thanksgiving. I know I had a really good week. Spent it with my niece, my child, as I like to call her, and I tried not to go out to places because I know how packed it would be. She wanted to go to the Barnes and Noble opening, but I was not about to be waiting outside in this weather. No, thank you. But then I spent almost a whole week sick, but we're already better now, so that's a good thing. Okay, that's a good thing. We're better. I just had a cold, and I find it funny because I'm no longer a teacher. Yeah, I'm still getting sick around the times of the breaks, and it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not gonna harp too much on it. I guess I got to get used to it. I got to get used to it, so it's all right. So, all right, we're about 5 minutes in. That is okay. So I'm gonna introduce myself. I know on this channel I've done a couple lives on this channel, and I mean, some of them have been to debunk certain individuals. Some have been to express my frustration with this school board. And I never really actually properly introduced myself to an audience as far as talking about what I'm going to do and all this. So, if you all do not know who I am, my name is Vanessa Trevino. I am a former educator with BISD. I left BISD at the end of the 2023-2024 school year. I was employed for 2 years with BISD. Prior to that, I went and got my master's, and then prior to my master's, I taught in Donna Independent School District for 2 years. And I left BISD for health reasons. I had gotten very sick and it started affecting me, so I spoke it over with my family and I decided, you know what? I am going to focus on my health, and if that derails my career, then so be it, but I need to be able to function for this child, and then being teaching and teaching and teaching, and then constantly getting sick, not being able to walk because of my arthritis, all this stuff. So I made the choice to leave. Do I regret it? No, I don't, because I knew what was best for me. I knew that I needed to focus on myself and focus on my father's health. So luckily, we're doing better. Have I thought about going back? Yes, a lot. I have thought about going back, but with certain things happening, no, I will not come back to BISD. Now, hi Yaya. I was a band director here in BISD. I've been a band director my whole career. And a disclaimer about me: I curse like a sailor. If that bothers you, I'm sorry, but get used to it, because that's just how I talk. I've always been that way. Parents have tried to change it, but hey, I mean, I get it from my mom, so there you go. Now, before I start this live, my public page that I shared this on, it's the same name as you see on this YouTube channel. I made the public page, one, because I got sick and tired of having to change the setting of each post on my private personal page. Got sick and tired of having to change it. So I was like, you know what? Let's make a public page. And we're going to use that for, one, I do TikTok on the side. I'm not a famous person. I am doing band TikToks, you could say, which I am. I am doing a series that has featured several BISD directors, and I am gonna do. There's 3 more videos that I'm gonna publish or put out, whatever you want to call it, on TikTok this weekend that are gonna feature more band directors. And my reasoning for doing that and just doing the live reacts to marching band videos or anything like that is to bring my love for music out for the world to see, because it took a long time to get back to where I am right now as far as in a mental space. So I did that for that, but I also did it for advocacy, you could say. Now, this is where I'm going to do my disclaimer, aside from the cursing. I know that what I'm going to talk about on this channel, or if I comment on Frankie's YouTube, if I comment on Susan's Facebook, on Miss Crandall's Facebook, on Miss Catalina's Facebook, that go against the district, I know that it is a target. I am putting a target on myself, in the sense that with the current administration in the glass palace, I know that I will never be able to go back. And I thought long and hard about it, because eventually I would like to go back, like I said. But I would prefer to be the voice of the people that can't speak, which is our teachers. Because, and here we go. I'm going to go straight into it. I prefer to be the voice of teachers, because I know that BISD, I mean, they're known, and I don't know why I'm so blurry, but there you go. BISD is known for being retaliatory, if that's a word. They retaliate against people that speak up against them, whether they're current. It's more whether they're current or former employees. They're known for doing that. And there's a lot of injustices that have been happening for years. And I'm I will speak up for fine arts because that's what I am. I am a fine arts person. So it does not hurt me to speak up for them because I know that they want to speak up about everything that's happening, but they can't because they live in fear that the glass palace is going to come after them with their jobs like they've done in the past with certain people. So they rather stay quiet or they talk it amongst each other with friends and stuff. And I get it. But I've made a promise that me being on the outside, what is the worst that BISD can do to me? Ban me from any fine arts event that I want to go to? Okay. I want to go support the choir at this school, or I'm a band person. If I want to go support this band at their concert or something, and if I were to get banned because I'm going to talk straight up shit about BISD and the shit show that it is, I mean, so be it. I thought long and hard before I decided to do this, and like I said, I have disagreed with a lot of people in admin, um, fine arts. I have disagreed. I have, not gonna lie. But when I see a bunch of bullshit happening towards fine arts and mainly the whole district, I'm gonna say something because I was there. And even though I was in the district as a teacher for a short amount of time as an educator, I was there as a student, I was there as a student teacher. You see everything, not as much as a student, but when you're outside of the student role, you see everything happening. So I am going to talk shit about BISD because it's what they deserve. And it's very unfortunate because not everybody in BISD is as bad, excuse me, as a lot of these board members. They're not bad. Like, a lot of people are not bad as the board members or as the PDFs that are in BISD that they're conveniently hiding at the Glass Palace or at Warehouse. And again, Beinert has got the shit under the stick for years. So if it means I have to help speak up for them, good. Will my voice make a difference? I don't know. I mean, I'm just one person. It takes a village. And like I said in previous post, I know that Susan, Maria, I don't know about Catalina. I can't really speak for her, but I know Susan and Maria don't like Frankie, and vice versa. Whatever their beef is, I don't know. That is between them. But the fact that all three of them, including Miss Catalina, have come out and spoken out against the three amigas and Mr. Chavez, they're doing a lot more than what the news media is doing. Now, I have many gripes with BISD. One is mainly the superintendent and the three amigas. I can't really gripe about Frank because Frank just sits there at the board meetings. He'll discuss questions and stuff. And then Miss Grantlin, Miss Grantlin, I believe that's her name. She's new, yes, because she took over Erasmo's position and all that. But with her, you can't tell what side she's on. If she's for the students or she's in cahoots with the three amigas and the superintendent. Now, about the superintendent, I know his title is doctor. I know. I'm not. I know. I'm not oblivious to it, but that man has lost all my respect. And I was taught from a very young age when I was in college that if somebody has a doctorate, whether it's a for education, for music, for medical, anything. If they have a doctor, they have a doctorate, you are to call them doctor and then their name. But with this man, I refuse to do that. I refuse to call him Dr. Travis. This is the last time you'll hear me say it. Because he has lost my complete and utmost respect. Why is that? Now, if you're not familiar with Brownsville politics or BISD politics, I'm going to try to be as short as I can. A couple years ago, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to repeat this, and I don't care if it's word vomit, regurgitated, whatever you want to call it. Don't give a damn. But it ties into present. Many years ago, this is when Zendejas was still here. They did a TRE election, which was basically to adjust the school property tax, whatever you want to call it. And from that, we were supposed to get a total of $50 million for a performing arts center. Now, I was in college when this happened. And when I started hearing rumors from friends, and then when it finally came out, I was so happy because this is why. As a band student, yes, all the high schools here in BISD have their own little auditorium. They do. But to hold events for the district, as far as like the Brownsville All City Band, I can't really speak for choir because I've never been to an all city choir concert. Or now that we have mariachi and all these other events for fine arts, BISD was having to pay TSC to rent out the Performing Arts Center. And every time they would rent it, that's a good maybe 12,000, I believe, the last number I heard. I thought it was 20, but I heard 12. A good, let's just say $12,000 each event that BISD Fine Arts had to fork out to rent out the TSC Art Center. But wait a minute, Vanessa. Hannah has a pack. Yes, they do. But it was not built to serve the entire district. It was built to serve Homer Hannah High School. And it's less than 400 seating, one. Two, their stage, whether if they want to use Santa and Friends or something, point being, their stage is small. And I've heard there's a lot of issues with it right now, too. I haven't been in there in years. But that Performing Arts Center at Hannah was not built for the district. It was built for Homer Hannah High School. They can twist it all they want, but it was built for Homer Hannah High School. Now, and like I said, all the other high schools, they have their own pack. They have their own little auditorium, or you want to the theater, whatever you want to call it. Again, seating is an issue. The performing arts centers or the theaters at Pace and Porter, they're small, and then half the time, the bands are not even able to use them for concerts, whether it's a jazz band concert or it's just a band concert. They can't use them. Why? Because theater is in there year round and they have their sets all done. I don't know if dance does anything in there anymore or Estudiantina, but theater for the most part is in those auditoriums. And all of them, as for sure, Pace and Porter all year round. And yes, they've had events, but it's not like it could be a full band concert to showcase the program. No, it's only like an ensemble events or chamber events, stuff like that. There's nothing as far as big time events can happen at Pace and Porter. Rivera, theirs is built into the school, and I know they were supposed to have some renovations. I don't think it happened. Their seating is an issue too. But again, their band concerts are not held in their theater, yet they have one. Why? Most likely, theater is occupying the entire theater the entire year round, getting ready for one act play, or if they have any theater productions at the end of each semester. Veterans, I'm gonna assume same issue. Lopez is the same issue. Theater is there year round, and yes, Lopez is able to have the band concerts there, but that stage is smaller than, I believe it's smaller than, definitely smaller than Hannah's. I went to school there, and back in the day when I was in school, All City was at Lopez, but the seating was just atrocious. One, you have to block up for sure a certain section for the middle school kids, and the high school kids and the middle schools are on stage, and then vice versa, they switch. The middle school kids sit down to see the high school kids. I remember my first 2 years in high school when they had All City at Lopez, parents would have to stand along the walls, or they were outside, or they were standing. There's like a walkway. They would stand there because there was nowhere to sit. Everything was booked, packed, whatever you want to call it. So then that's when they started moving to the TSC Art Center, which was phenomenal because more space, better acoustics, all that good stuff. Plus, kids that are going to go into music at UTB, at the time when it was UTB TSC, they had the experience of being on that stage. But over time, if you've ever been to the All City concert, you would know that the All City Band concert has outgrown the TSC Art Center tremendously because more kids are in band now, and that means more family members are going to come. And the thing is, I know last year, I don't know if I went, if I didn't, I can't remember. But there was an incident where last year's All City concert, they had to turn parents away because there was no more room to sit. Or what they were doing is going into the performance hall and saying, "Would you mind like giving up your seat, like switching back and forth?" And I mean, if my kid was on stage, I would say, "No, I'm here to see my kid. I'm gonna see my kid." So parents got turned away and parents were pissed. Um, so there's that. And when the TRE election happened, I voted for it. And because there was going to be a pack, there was going to be more than enough seating, it was going to be up to par, all that stuff. I remember seeing the renderings that used to be on the VISD website, keyword used to be. And I was amazed because they wanted to do the main performance hall and then the small performance hall for elementary, whatever other activities. And that's awesome. That's great. But then once I graduated in 2017, 2018 past 2019, COVID year 2020, 2021, up until now, I would say maybe before COVID, you stopped hearing about it. Because when you would watch the board meetings, they would talk about, oh, we're in this phase, we're yada, yada, yada about the Performing Arts Center, the 5-year plan for fine arts buildings and renovations. They would talk about it, but then you stopped hearing about it. And then you would stop hearing about it sporadically, and then it's like it never existed. And the TRE passed. So people started questioning, where is that $50 million that was supposed to go to the PAC? Where is it? To this day, they can't say where it went. People have asked. They cannot say where that money went. Personally, I think it went to that piece of shit scoreboard that's at the stadium right now that has caused them more problems than anything. That almost caused a riot between all the band kids because there was rumored that the band kids were not going to be able to play at the football games like they used to because they needed to run ads to help pay for the scoreboard. So there's that. And then I think it went into some individual pockets. It didn't go into anything else. It didn't go into programs. It went into some people's pockets. I think, and I'm gonna name names. I mean, if I'm wrong, conspiracy theory. I think one person is Zendejas. I think she got a little cut from it. I think maybe Sylvia Atkinson got some money from it, but then we all know what happened with her, the felon Sylvia Atkinson. I know there were some individuals on the board at the time that were connected to her, but they got saved. I think some of them got money. And then some admin there in the Glass Palace, and then including Rene and all his little cronies. I think that's where the money went. Because they had the property bought. When you would go down Morrison, you would see a sign that said property of BISD PAC. Okay, cool. Never happened. Sign's gone. Rumor is they sold it already. What they did with the money, who knows? Who knows? So that happened. Then a couple months before Ed Asmo passed, and he was already voted on the school board, they had voted to do a federal forensic audit. He was very for much a forensic audit. And what I loved about him, he didn't give a damn if he pissed off anybody on that board. He was going to call them out whether he was on it or not. So the first thing he asked for was a forensic audit, and I was like, yes. And I believe they did vote on it, and I'll get to that right now. But then they also started talking about the bond, and he was one of the main people that said, where is that money for the PAC? Where is the PAC after 5, 6, 10 years? There is no PAC. What happened to the money? So when before he passed away, they had brought up a bond. And in that bond, there's going to be two propositions. One was for repairs, AC repairs, roof repairs, all that wonderful stuff, and a CTE building. Now, I am all for CTE because I believe the growth of the CTE program in BISD is tremendous. There's more certifications now than there was when I was in school in 2011. And I believe CTE does a lot more for kids. Like if they want to go straight into the workforce, whether it's cosmetology, whether it's, I don't know if they do electrician, but there's other stuff that they can do that by the time they graduate, they're certified. So they don't have to spend money on going to an SCI or a STVT, whatever those other technical colleges they don't have to go to. They come out of school certified, and I think that's awesome. So they can start making money in the real world. So it was proposed for a building for them, and then the PAC started getting mentioned. I'm like, okay, the PAC is coming. Like they're actually going to do it this time. But you started hearing that the PAC, this was the first time they were ever going to talk about bringing the PAC, like doing a PAC. And that rubbed me the wrong way. So they originally was supposed to be 350 million. It wasn't supposed to be what it was now, but it was before it failed. And I believe Erasmo voted no on it because he saw that it was too much what they were asking for. Almost 350, $400 million. It was too much. So they voted no, and then they did the whole facilities thing, and when he passed, they voted yes on the bond that they've had on the ballot this year. Almost a $500 million bond. Again, Proposition A was for HVAC repairs, the CTE building. But then they talked about the PAC being $75 million. And that right there is when I said, hell to the no, I was voting no. Now, yes, I am a fine arts person, but the math wasn't adding up to me. And I understand that, inflation happens and prices changes with all of the president's tariffs and stuff. So I know prices were changing, but $75 million for a PAC? Like, what the heck? Is this going to be a university level PAC or what's going to happen? So when I saw that, I was like, no, the math isn't adding. This isn't going to go well. This isn't. So then I did my research, and I don't know what BISD was thinking. Yes, BISD has one of the best fine arts departments in the state, in my opinion. From band all the way to art, the best. And they deserve it. The $75 million? Were they thinking we were UT Austin, or what was going to happen? Because when I did my research, these were prices at the time. The TSC Art Center was built for almost $23 million at the time. With all the technology that it has in there, was $23 million. Okay, that was built on public bonds. So that's why UTRGV could not buy it, nor UTB, because it was built on public bonds. Okay. U of H was 20 something million dollars at the time. UNT, which is probably one of the most recognized music schools in the country, in the world, their performance hall was about 30 million, 20, $30 million, obviously with renovations and all that stuff. But point is, they have the seating for less than the amount that BISD wanted to supposedly build. Then I was like, you know what? Kingsville had just opened up their new music building with the performing arts, with the performing center, performance hall. That sucker cost 40 something, about 40 million. So that made sense. And that's one of the more recent ones. And it's a beautiful hall. I've seen pictures. I've never had the privilege of being there, but that was something that was sorely needed on that campus. And it's a beautiful hall, acoustics, everything. Then I started looking at UTRGV. Now, I got my master's at UTRGV. So I said, you know what? How much did the pack in Edinburgh cost? And the pack included it's just the pack. It's not including the practice room building and where they have classes. The practice room building was built like a while back, I think. But the pack that they have was opened about 5-10 years ago. It's still in great condition. About 1,000 seating, has all the bells and whistles you need. It seating is there 1,000. All the ADA accommodations, all that good stuff. It's beautiful on the inside. I would just change the seat colors, but they have the seating, they have the acoustics, they have the stage. Plus, when you go to the back part, aside from a very accessible loading dock, there are 4 full-size rehearsal rooms in that building. So that's perfect to run UYL. It is. That was $43 million. And I'm like, what? Why can't I mean, I get it. If they want to do 2 stages, I mean, I get it. Cool. But how is it that this university, the university, spent this much and it has all these accommodations? Is it because we're adding a smaller stage, like a small stage? Is it because of that? Or how did it jump from 50 to 75? Again, I understand inflation. And then I was like, you know what? How much does UT Austin cost? Again, you can tell I'm a big UT fan. I am mad that they're going to probably get kicked out of the playoffs, but it is what it is. Their new fine arts facility, but it's encompassing the entire fine arts, School of Fine Arts, is going to be about $80-something million. Again, that is Austin. So when I saw the price, I'm like, what the hell is BISD thinking? This doesn't add up. And plus, aside from that voting no, I said I was going to vote no. And I even told some of my band director friends, and I understand that they want the pack. And if they voted yes, hey, I have nothing against them. But I said, and I brought it up to a lot of people. What the hell makes me trust them that they're actually going to build it? Or where are they going to build it? Because before the election, you started seeing that the sign wasn't there anymore. The property's there. But then you started hearing that they were going to sell because they had to build some cell phone tower or whatever they had to build on there. So they were going to sell the property. And I would tell my friends, I'm not voting against you guys. I will fight to the death for you all. But this pact doesn't make sense. I said, do you really think they're going to build it if it's a bond? Because they couldn't build it 10 years ago. What the hell makes me think they're going to build it now? So then they, and then a lot of the lies started coming out, which is when they said, oh, this isn't going to be a tax raise. Really? Really, Daniela Lopez Valdez? Really, Nepo baby? Yes, you are a Nepo baby. I'm sorry. This is why I will not ever go to a BISD board meeting in person because I would get kicked out. But really, Nepo baby, you're going to say that this isn't a tax increase. Hijita de mi vida, you probably don't even pay that much in taxes because your daddy pays for them. But anyway, it was going to be a tax increase. And they were saying, oh no, it's not going to be a tax increase. It's not going to be a tax increase. Promising the world. Then the sample ballot comes out, and ahí dice en black and white, hijitos de mi vida, this is a property tax increase. Now, I didn't realize how much it was. The last one was until I talked to a family member, and she said that her property tax from the TRE election went up $250. $250 that it went up because of BISD. So when they said that, oh, this is the property tax, the three amigas and the superintendent, Mr. Chavez, Jesus, had to be like, oh, wait a minute. Yes, it's going to be a tax increase, but it's only going to be about the amount of a cup of coffee. Again, Nepo baby, because I'm going to call you Nepo baby. Daniela, I'm sorry, you are. That is pocket change to you. That is pocket change to you, my child. What about to someone like me who's not employed right now, that is helping out her father, that is, and we are paying our taxes? How is that a cup of coffee? Or how is it my relative, my aunt, is her taxes going to go up another $250? What the heck? And then you have Jesus, Mr. Travis, say the same thing. I feel he had no reason to speak about it because why? The man doesn't even live in Brownsville. He lives in Harlingen. He lives in Harlingen. He doesn't live here. So how can he say, oh, it's not going to affect you guys that bad? He don't give a damn. He doesn't live here. He just works here. He gets a fat check for just sitting on his ass. I'm sorry. He does. So when that started happening, I was like, oh, yes, the shit. Everything's going to come out. And then if you guys are really interested in seeing Jerry Springer mixed with Maury, mixed with Laura, mixed with Caso Cerrado, watch a BISD board meeting. Then you would see the board meetings, the fights, the pissing matches that would happen, talking about it, and I'm like, this is not going to be good. And then at the 11th, then you will start seeing all the wooden signs that are at campuses, and which we found out is illegal, but they found a loophole. Thank you, Susan, for finding out that information. They found a loophole to campaign for it at each school with the damn wooden signs and stuff. And the thing is, they put so much effort into campaigning because that's what they did. It with the signs, with the mailouts, with people at the mall, with people at community events. That's all they promoted was the bond, pass the bond, pass the bond, pass the bond. And it came out that BISD used taxpayer money. Thank you again, Susan, for doing us justice and finding out that documentation. Public records are everybody's best friend. Go to Susan Rubalcaba's page. She has all that. Where BISD used taxpayer money to pay for the printouts, to pay for the mailouts, to pay for the signs being built. Nothing was done from a donor or nothing. It was all taxpayer money. A good $50,000 worth. So then that came out, and then you started seeing at the 11th hour where Jesus would go on the news and Facebook and all that, talking about how this is much needed. There's no money for repairs. And they would post pictures of campuses that they have purposely neglected with the roofs falling. apart or the floors or anything, and being like, oh, like, we need this, and if you don't vote for it, your kids are gonna be in filth and stuff. Sir, before you, Renan Zendejas, and the board itself, they had years to fix this, so you're not gonna tell me that they didn't have money. Esther funds too, haha. And the big fat check that Don Elon gave them. So then you started seeing that, and then they want to. I understand the whole Charlie Kirk thing that TEA is doing, that a lot of valley schools are under investigation for. You started seeing Denise Garza posting, and Frankie has it on his page, I believe. It's either Frankie or Susan. But you started seeing Denise Garza, like the screenshots come out, where she says that if the bond fails, basically teachers are going to suffer. And teachers' pay raises, teachers' payment, teachers' salaries, everything was going to suffer for teachers if they voted no and the bond failed. So a board member, she ain't a high-ranking board member, but you have a board member that's on the majority side talking about how what's going to happen, what they're going to do to teachers if they don't have their little bailout bond pass. How was she not reprimanded? Is my question. But yet TEA wants to reprimand teachers for, and I understand, the Charlie Kirk thing is a sensitive thing. Those that have said bad things to the kids and on social media, I mean, I get it. But TEA wants to monitor teachers' social media. Why not monitor board members when they're clearly gaslighting the community and its employees? And then you have Jesus doing it times 10 on the news saying the same crap. I'm like, this is not good. This does not look good. This does not look good whatsoever. And then came the day before the damn election. At 5 something. I wonder if I can find it right now. Let's see. The ISD. I'm trying to find. I wonder if unless BISD blocked me. Let me go to their Facebook real quick. Because I just thought of it. And I'm probably sure it's still there. Where is it? Ándale, ándale. If they took this down. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm gonna let me look for one more. Let's see. I think they took it down. Oh no, I found it. Found it. Sorry. To Miss Mary Garza, I still wanna have a conversation with you, and to the auditor, whoever the hell that was at the board meeting that was about to like barf all over himself. But okay, because I forgot how to share screen on this crap. But anyway, on November 3rd, the day before election, at 5:58 p.m., BISD decides to publish a little video with Mary Garza talking, who is the interim CFO, if that's the right word, where it states there have been questions about the Performing Arts Center. To clarify, the Performing Arts Center was not part of any prior ballot measures. When I saw that, I'm like, whoo, that's some bullshit. Because everybody knew about the TRE. But again, thank the good Lord for Susan and Frankie. Again, I know they don't get along. I get it. But because of Susan's post and Frankie's post, plus Frankie finding a video where the late great Erasmo Castro is calling them out about it. And shows footage of board meetings where they're talking about it and where it was passed. And then both of them post almost the same screenshots of the slides from the meetings and articles, everything. Did BISD not think that people were going to find it? Estaban tan, I'm sorry to say this, pero estaban tan pendejos to not think that they were going to find this. Again, thank God for Erasmo doing that video. And thank God for Susan for finding that information. And she shared it. So did Frankie. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the BISD website and see if they have the rendering still. You can go right now to this day. There is no BISD renderings. It just says not found. These people at the Glass Palace, including the snake of board members, did everything they could to hide the fact about the PAC being mentioned. It was an election. It wasn't a bond. It was a TRE election. They did everything they could to hide the PAC. But did you not think your fine arts employees were going to find out? Did you think that your fine arts employees were going to forget that you promised them a PAC back in 2015, 2016, 2017, around there? Like, let me check the date. 2017, ponle. Did you not think your employees were going to think that, what the hell, why are they saying that there was never a PAC? And to this day, Daniela, si quieres te mando email, mija, con todas las pruebas. Si quieres. Then I don't know if you read your emails and chat, but to this day, Daniela still says that there was never a PAC before. There was never mention of a PAC in any election before. So when they said that, I'm like, oh, they just lost everybody. I don't know about fine arts. I don't know how fine arts voted. I know I voted no. I know I have friends that did vote yes because they still believed, and I get it. That's them. But when they mentioned that, I was like, whoo, this is going to be good. So what happens? Election day happens. The bond fails miserably. Miserably. Like bad in early voting. And then when they announced the regular election, whatever you want to call it, it was bad. There you have Jesus coming out on TV, being a damn crybaby that his little bailout loan didn't pass. And what does he do? The first thing, he begins to gaslight us, the community, in saying that the community spoke, but if they start complaining that their kids have a sheetrock in their hair because it falls, or they have cucarachos falling from the ceiling and stuff like that, then they'll have to come to me, and then we'll see what we can do because we still have money. Sir, you are the superintendent of school of what was the biggest district in south of San Antonio, and you have the balls to say that on TV. I'm going to say local TV because it's not national TV, chingo. But like, the hell's your problem, man? How can you gaslight the community because you didn't get your loan? How can you gaslight the community like that? So I was like, you know what? A ver qué pasa. The next day was the board meeting. I was like, ooh, yeah, I had my popcorn ready. I had my fountain drink from Stars with extra ice ready. I had everything ready. So I'm watching, and all of them, the majority, the three amigas, and especially Jesus, looked so defeated. And then prior to the meeting, of course, the Channel 5 interview comes out. the valleycentral.com interview comes out where he does the same exact shit and says that it is our fault as a community that their kids are going to have rotten roofs and stuff. No, sir, it is not our fault. It is your fault because we saw through the bullshit. We saw through the bullshit. Now, you inherited this bullshit, but it's still your fault. There was monies for this. What happened to the ESSER funds? And I'll get to that. So he does his little media thing, que está llorando, que está haciendo el llorón. He's being petty as hell, blaming the community. The board meeting happens, and I believe it's the auditor that was speaking that, about the, like, there was no pack and this and that, saying the same thing. The man looked like he was about to barf all over himself. The man looked like he was about to barf. And I felt bad for him. So to Mary Garza and to that man, I don't know your name, sir, and I'm sorry. But I'd like to have a conversation with you and ask who the hell on that board told you to lie to the community about the pack? And who the hell in the Glass Palace told Mary Garza to record that damn video? Because here was the best damning evidence about the pack. Frankie released a screenshot the day of the election of an email from Dr. Esperanza Zendeja, superintendent of BISD, where she states that about the TRE pack money and all that stuff. I mean, unless Frankie's a damn good Photoshopper and all that stuff. What did you think? You were going to delete emos? I mean, come on. Come on, Glass Palace, not chingues. So, I felt bad for the man, but I'd like to know, sir, who on that damn board told you to lie? And who, Mary Garza, who in the Glass Palace made you record that atrocious video? Like, I want to know who. So then that happened. They have their little thing. Oh, and then here's the best part. Here's the best part. So in that meeting, they were going to approve. They had up to on the agenda to get money from the fund balance, which is like their little their slush fund emergency monties. Money to approve professional development. Money to approve purchases for the police and security department, which that I understand because I mean they got to protect the children. And then the forensic audit that was voted yes on. Now, professional development, I mean, whoever the hell's in charge of it, I mean, I don't know what they, when it comes to like regular education, I don't know what, I mean, if they felt that they needed this, then okay, cool, that's fine. And the police stuff, I get it because I mean, they need the equipment, all this stuff. Here's the best part. When it came to the much needed forensic audit, you had Ms. Grantland saying, "Is it really necessary?" I believe she said that. But for sure, I know she said, "Can't we use our own auditing department to do that?" And as soon as she said that, I'm like, "Oh no, 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 no." One, I'm pretty sure they're up to here with whatever they have to do in auditing department, which I don't know what they do. But two, why would you ask for the district auditing department to do it? They're gonna end up hiding shit. So I forgot who spoke up that no, it needs to be an outside entity, and I applaud that. And then you have Jessica Gonzalez, ma'am. I don't know what you do or anything. I don't know what your occupation is. I could care less. But for you to say that you don't see the need for a forensic audit and you don't see the need to pay any dollar amount for a forensic audit, ma'am, what in God's name are you trying to hide? Are you scared that names are going to come out on that audit? Because I am pretty sure names are going to come out. Aside from the ones I mentioned, what, are you scared your friends are going to come out? You're going to tell me that Daniela Lopez Valdez hasn't been taking a cut from any of the vendors that she is associated with? Por favor. They can say all they want that she's no longer affiliated with that damn recycling company. She's going to get a cut. You can say, oh, her dad is on the board of Lone Star, I think the bank that the district used. You don't think she's getting a cut from it because she voted yes? Come on. I know you're smart, man, but goddamn. So they voted yes on the PD stuff. They voted yes on the security stuff, but they voted no on funding the forensic audit. And Grantland, I'm so glad she asked this because she brought it out. She asked, what would happen if we vote no on funding with the fund balance, the forensic audit? Oh, we're gonna have to take from other departments and other programs. So that pissed me off because it was already rumored that apart from what I think is the $50 million that went to that piece of crap scoreboard, I heard that there was rumors that they took from special ed for that scoreboard. I don't know how true it is, but there was a rumor about that. So, to everybody in BISD, if you start losing funding, I am so sorry that it is happening to you, but you can blame Jessica Gonzalez and the rest of the three amigas and Miss Grantland. You can, because come on, what the hell are they trying to hide? Are they on the? Are they going to come out in the audit as taking money? Is it only going to be Sylvia Atkinson taking more than $10,000? Is it going to be Zendejas? Is it going to be Rene Gutierrez? Like, what are you all afraid of? I want to know where that money went. Because one, my parents, before I started helping pay the taxes, my parents were paying taxes. Excuse me. I want to know where that money went. You don't think all the fine arts wants to know where that money went? Oh, so then that happened. But here's the best part. Then it's redfish recycling, which I have the damn can in my backyard because I ain't gonna use that crap. Then redfish, making redfish vendors. Qué casualidad que the day before the day of, it came out that Daniela Lopez Valdez was involved. And when you go on the website on your desktop, her picture's not there. But then when you go on your mobile, she's there. So it's like, are they trying to hide shit? So they were gonna put for recycling. I'm all about saving the earth and stuff. I mean, it is what it is. But they did have a local vendor that was not nearly as much as about the amount I'm about to tell you. But Daniela Lopez Valdez was pushing for this. $750,000 to fucking recycle trash is what the bid was for. And as soon as Carlos Elizondo, which I know he wasn't there, and I kind of agree that he needs to be in meetings, but I mean, it is what it is. Whatever they allow it, that's on them. He asked, so is it better if he asked something about along the lines of a board member abstaining if they are in they have relationship with Redfish or something like that, and right away Nepo Baby speaks out and says, I already spoke to legal about this and they said that I have no conflict of interest. For $750,000, ma'am, you have every fucking conflict of interest. And what happened? They voted yes on that. So aparte what they voted for security and PD, they voted yes to spend $750,000 on trash. And yet, right away, you started hearing, oh, well, we can't go tap into the fund balance. We don't have money. We don't have this. But yeah, like 10 minutes before, you voted yes on spending $750,000 on picking up recycling stuff, basically, aka is trash. And Daniela Lopez Valdez voted yes. And then Susan did put where apparently they stated that she's not affiliated with them, employed, whatever you want to call it. That is a bunch of bullshit. Danielle Nepo Baby is getting money out of this. She is. And I think that's what they're afraid is for her to get caught as to how much money she's taking. Now the other two, I can't say that they are. So there's that with the bond. And then again, a couple days ago, Jesus decides to come out and say the same thing. Sir, you are an utter embarrassment to the district. The fact that you say that you pride yourself in being a product of BISD and that you came back to help BISD get out of the fucking mess that we're in right now. And I'm saying we're in, like, we, me, whatever you want to call it, even though I'm not employed. You came back saying that you were going to help get the district past all this bullshit. Sir, you just became a puppet for Nepo Baby and her friends. Let's be honest. And shame on you, sir, for gaslighting your community. Your raza, like you probably say. You're from here, yet you're screwing over your employees. You're screwing over your teachers, your staff, faculty staff. I say faculty staff. You're screwing them over, sir. And you're screwing the kids of BISD. Why the hell do you think everybody's leaving BISD, teachers and students? I mean, you had an amazing counselor at Porter. She's now in charge of something at STISD with CTE. You had some amazing history teachers. One of them left to Austin and the other one went to South Texas ISD. You have students that are leaving to go to IDEA, which is beyond right now, or they're going to STISD, or they're going to Jubilee. And you have teachers leaving because they don't believe in BISD, which Daniela Lopez Valdez, I will never believe in BISD as long as you're on the board, because who the hell says that they believe in BISD yet their kids don't come to BISD? I mean, I get it. Teachers do the same thing. They send their kids to private school or whatever. I get it. But those are teachers. You're the school board president. Shouldn't you lead by example, ma'am? Or is that how you were taught by your dad? I'm sorry if you feel like I'm ganging up on you, but it's true. I mean, your dad is very well known for being how he is. Like, come on now. So there's that with the district. The as far as that part. And yes, I'm gonna be honest. I am the one that made the petition to get rid of Jesus and the three amigas. I have it on my I have it on my public page, and I'm gonna post it right now in the chat. And again, I could care less if it gets me in trouble, if it gets me banned. I don't give a damn. Because I'm sick and tired of seeing this damn district screw over its teachers. Sick and tired of it. Sir, it's also in the chat. I'm going to see if I can pin it. If star, I don't know if star means it's pinned or what. I don't know because I'm using StreamYard. But yes, I am the one that made the petition. And right now there is about 12 petition supporters and there's 438 views. I get people don't want to sign it or something because they don't want their names. Oh, I've signed plenty of petitions with fake names, so you can do that. But yes, sir, you need to get removed ASAP. And I Googled how it can happen. One of them is a petition can get started, and if it gets the attention of the district, all that bella, okay. Then, or it has to come to a vote of the board, which we all know that's not gonna happen, because his puppet masters will and her friends will vote yes to keep him. And then here's the other one, which I hope it does. Me vale madre if it hurts anybody. I hope TEA gets involved with BISD. Why? Because the minute TEA gets involved, the entire board is gone. I mean, I respect Minerva and Carlos and Frank. I mean, Frank just stands there and looks pretty, whatever you want to call it. And I'm not always agreed with what Carlos, Frank, and Minerva have said, but I still show respect. And I mean, it would suck that they would get thrown out if TEA gets involved. But if TEA gets involved, they're all gone. And I think that's what needs to happen. That's the only way Jesus will be gone from BISD as a superintendent. You know that it's illegal, the fact that he's superintendent right now, because he got hired as interim. He wasn't supposed to be allowed to even interview for the permanent position. How did that happen? ¿Qué tranzas hicieron ellos? So it's like, come on, man. And the fact that they blatantly said, "Oh, we didn't budget for a forensic audit." Shame on all four of you. 5 if you count Miss Grantland, but mainly the 4. And then here's the other thing. I give credit to Miss Pena, ma'am. I do. I really do. When she called out I'm sorry, I almost said it. When she called out Jesus, Mr. Chavez, and said, "Why would be like? I don't think we should close schools because they're going to close schools. I don't think we should close schools, especially like if they were to close Pace. If they all go to veterans, veterans only has a capacity of so many kids. Where are those kids that get rejected going to go if Pace is not there? Are you all going to bust them all the way to Porter or wherever they decide to go? Do we even have enough drivers?" And she brought that up and she's like, "I rather keep the schools open for convenience and repair because, oh, what a coincidence. Susan, thank you. I hope you did turn that into the Attorney General, ma'am. I really do. Um, Susan got public records that maintenance was budgeted this year and in previous years with the ESSER funds, I believe. Where did that money go? Into the pockets of the three amigas and the board, probably and the superintendent. So that's why they're scared about doing a forensic audit. And okay, that's fine. Pero que no están llorando when TEA fires their asses. That's what's going to happen. And if TEA gets involved, it also affects teachers. Like, it does. And it sucks. So if you can sign it, I mean, even if it doesn't make a difference, the fact that Chavez has not been held accountable by the majority. Yes, Carlos, and I would like to believe that Carlos and Minerva do hold him accountable, but Miss Grantland probably doesn't or doesn't. The three amigos don't. I can't speak for Frank because you never know what the hell he's thinking. But and he even admitted it. In the next 5 years, BIZ is going to go down to like less than 25,000 kids. And that is his fault. And when he answered about the schools, would you rather close schools to save money or keep them open so we can better service our community? He's like, if it saves me a couple of dollars, I'll close as many campuses as I need to. Okay, so let's say you do end up closing Pace and Porter. There's rumors of a bunch of schools. But let's say you close the oldest high schools, Pace and Porter. Okay, if you're going to close them, close down Hannah High School. The Hannah campus, by the way, I'm not sponsored. Hannah was built in the 70s, ma'am. And sir, if you're going to close campuses because of the age of buildings, okay, close down Pace, close down Porter, close down Hannah, close down Stell, close down Falk. Those are the oldest buildings. Close those all down. Do you know what inconvenience that would be to the Pace neighborhood here? That would be a major inconvenience. Especially if they can't get into vets because they reach capacity. Do you know how much an inconvenience it'll be to the Hannah community? With all the apartment complexes that are around there in the new neighborhoods? Do you know how much of an inconvenience it would be to the Porter community for Porter to close? Regardless of age or enrollment on any of these campuses, but Porter. Do you think that Lopez High School has enough capacity to fit all of Southmost to go over there? Or, okay, send them to Rivera, send them to vets. What if Rivera reaches capacity? By the way, I don't think anybody wants to fucking go there or teach there. Or what if veterans reach capacity? Where the hell are those kids going to go? If you thought about that, I don't think so, because you're still pissy and petty that your damn little loan didn't get approved. So that's my gripe with BISD as far as the board. Now, fine arts, I'm going to continue to advocate for them. And then here's another thing. Prior to the election, I believe they approved athletics to spend $95,000 on a damn website. I'm sorry, but aside from CTE, who the hell represents BISD at the local, state, national, and international level? Consistently. Fine arts. Not athletics. Fine arts. But yet but there's no money, but yet you gave them almost $100,000 to spend on a damn website. So just as fast as that happens, if Fine Arts needs to go into the board meeting and be like, hey, I need a check. I don't give a damn, it's for a fucking eraser. They have to go up to the board and be like, hey, I need a check to have this event, or to get supplies, or to get kids instruments, or to get kids uniforms, the new band uniforms or mariachi uniforms, whatever the case is for any of the fine arts. And just as fast as you approved $95,000, I better see you all approve for a damn thing for fine arts, because the minute that you don't, I promise you, I will be at a BISD board meeting. And yes, if I get kicked out, I don't give a damn. I'll go dress how I am. I don't give a damn if I'm in pajamas or anything, because it is disgusting how you fund a damn department that doesn't really do crap for the district. Who do they ask to do all these events? Whether it's a community event or a school event, or if it's a event at the Glass Palace, who the hell do they ask for? Fine arts. Whether it's elementary choir, the art department, anything goes to fine arts. So yeah, just as quick as you approved athletics, approve fine arts. Excuse me. And then here's the other biggest gripe that I have with BISD. The amount of PDFs that they hide. And I'm going to say PDFs because I do not want to get banned or anything. We all know what PDFs means. If you don't know what PDF means, please look it up on Google. Google's free to use. Look up what PDFs mean. But the amount of PDFs that this damn district hides. Case in point, the coach at Hannah. He got escorted off campus because it came out that he was screwing a damn cheerleader. What happened to him? Oh, he didn't get arrested. No. Even though there's an overwhelming amount of proof. What happened? He's at warehouse right now working. He's away from kids, but he's working. And his license is not being investigated, even though there's proof. Did BISD report this to TEA? Probably not. Because I'm going to double check right now, but before I... Let's see. I'm checking right now. Let's see. Is it this one? Okay. Are other employees at other schools being investigated? No. BISD just said that's a safe face. Because why? Why is the Hannah coach still employed with the district? He's at pupil services. He's not anywhere else. He's at pupil services. No, he's at pupil services. I know who's at pupil services. He's at warehouse working. He's away from kids, but he's working. How come he hasn't been arrested? Are they going to wait years like they did with Trujillo? How come nothing has been made about him? Like, Come on. They're sweeping this under the rug. And here's another thing. The whole Trujillo situation. Now, there's a lot of issues happening with that. He pleaded guilty. Okay. I don't give a damn if the student was 30 and they were a student in BISD. They're a student. He should have been found guilty either way. And he pleaded, okay. I don't know. There's a lot of rumors going around. I've heard rumors that supposedly the DA's office and the amazing investigating work of Brownsville PD said that there wasn't enough evidence. I'm sorry. But when there's literal text messages that were given to PD and to the, I can't remember the name. Frankie said it this morning. The advocacy group that the girl went to. Literal text messages from where Trujillo says, "I am so glad that this happened, even though it was a quickie." How is that enough proof? There is security camera footage on campus at Rivera where he's waiting for the student outside the classroom. Student goes in with him. About what? I don't know how many minutes later. Don't know. Don't give a damn. But yeah, several minutes later, she's coming out adjusting her clothes. And then he walks out, and that's when he sends the text message. How is that not enough proof? The text messages alone, that's enough. The fact maybe she waited too long, okay, whatever. But she made an outcry. There's a victims advocacy group, whatever you want to call it. The girl made an outcry and said that Trujillo was sleeping with her. Now, if she's 19, okay, fine, whatever, cool. I mean, she's an adult at the time. The point is, she is a BISD student, regardless of the situation. That is still wrong. And then there's rumors that there's an apartment involved where him, Charlie Atkinson, and several other coaches were renting to go and take students to have their little fun. Why was it? How come that wasn't looked into? And people can say, "Oh, it's just rumors." I've heard that it's very, very likely that it did happen. How come Charlie Atkinson is still employed? That man's tail is longer than a damn tacuache. He was also known. There was rumors about him doing the same shit. And what happened? He got moved to pupil services at the Glass Palace. He's not getting investigated. Why? Because of who his sister is? What? BISD is going to protect the relative of a felon that almost brought their district down? Does Sylvia have dirt on them? That's honestly I know I'm saying a lot of conspiracy theories, but does Sylvia Atkinson have dirt on the district and has told them that if you do not keep my brother employed, I'm going to release everything? I'm granted her brother's not with is not around students. Well, what the hell is he still being employed? And there's rumors of him doing the same shit. Is he getting investigated? Most likely not. And I've heard rumors that people knew But we're told to keep silent because of their jobs were on the line if they spoke. So people are protecting PDFs? You shitting me right now? And then apparently there was also proof where in text messages where Trujillo texts the girl, hey, I'm gonna pick you up and we're gonna go here, and yeah. There's even proof that the girl met Trujillo's parents. The fuck is how is that not enough evidence? And apparently she's not the only victim of Trujillo's. So Trujillo originally pleads not guilty. And then today, or a couple days ago, is it yesterday, sorry. He had the status hearing and he pleads guilty because he got a plea deal. I have always had faith in Luis Sainz, especially after fucking Armando Villalobos was like, bye. I've always had faith in him, but I'm really questioning. What the hell were you thinking about giving this man a deal? Again, I don't give the damn if the girl was 40 and she was a student. He had sex with the student. Improper relationship, whatever you want to call it. He was still enrolled as a student. How the hell is he not going to register as an offender? Because nowhere in and Valley Central is very good about doing their articles. Why is he not going to register as an offender? Because she's 19? What happens when it comes out? Because it might come out after this. His other victims were younger than 19. What then? You think you're going to get him to register as a damn offender after telling him, oh, you don't have to register? That is a crock of shit. I'm sorry, Mr. Sainz. I mean, I have faith. I have faith in you when you bring down all like the worst of the worst people. But this man should not have been given a deal. So he pleads guilty, right? The good thing that has come out of all this, Trujillo's license will be permanently revoked. He will no longer be able to teach anywhere in the state of Texas, even if the idiot tries to change his identity. I mean, public records news, and this was all over the state, so ni puedes esconder, imbécil. So he's getting his license stripped. Good. But the motherfucker's only getting 5 years probation? 5 years of fucking probation! When he was facing 20 years in prison for each charge, which I think maybe it was 2 or 3, he probably would have faced 60 years. 5 fucking years of probation for being a PDF? And you don't have to register as an offender? But if you do face jail time, the states only give him 6 months. Are you shitting me? Who the hell was the judge in this case? I don't feel like looking. I don't know where the hell to look that up. I wonder if it's in the article right now. But Monica's house is the advocacy center. The coach, the girl went and said everything, showed everything. And they still gave him 5 years of probation. Let's see. Who the hell was the judge? The sentencing is scheduled for next January 14th of next year. But he's going to get probation. For sure. But they're trying to not get him jail time. First of all, I want to know who the hell was that attorney that represented that piece of trash. Sir, I'm sorry, but I don't know how the hell you could have taken his case. I wouldn't. If I was an attorney, I don't give a damn how much money you give me. I will, even if I was a a court appointed attorney. I wouldn't fucking take the case because I'm defending a PDF. So whoever the hell he hired probably got paid very well to defend this son of a bitch. But 5 fucking years probation for having an improper relationship with the student. 5 fucking years. You know what the hell Cameron County just told the entire state of Texas? Because this came out in the news. It's all over the state. But especially in BISD. You know what the hell Cameron County just told BISD teachers, staff members, and the entire state? All right, you get caught, excuse my language, fucking a student, you're only going to get 6 months in jail, 6 months, 5-6 months of probation, and maybe a month in jail or 2 months, and you won't have to register if she's over the age of 18, 19 years old, and even though she's enrolled. How the fuck did they allow this to happen? And they made Brownsville PD's a fucking joke anyway. They are. I'm sorry. But Brownsville PD just made themselves look worse. Cameron County Sheriff's made themselves look worse. I hate to say it, but the DA's office looks like straight up trash right now because they allowed this deal to happen. So that's telling every male teacher that BISD is hiding. Okay, if they're over the age of consent, no pasa nada, te damos probation, no te damos jail time or no, y ya, you won't have to register, but you will have to give up your license. You shitting me right now? Like, come on. And then going back to what's his name? And Luis Sainz hasn't even posted anything about it. I'd be embarrassed, to be honest, to post something about it. But anyway. And this goes back to the coach for Hannah. Is he going to get arrested? Because that came out about what happened. And Hannah came out a little bit after. Not even a couple months after Trujillo's shit. Is he going to get arrested? I would love to know if he's going to get arrested for doing what he did. I want to know if he is. Or are they just going to keep him at warehouse so they can keep it under the rug and all that crap? To be honest, I think that's what's going to happen. Because BISD is known for hiding PDFs. I've heard that there's still PDFs that they know about that are still working. Again, this is all rumors that I've heard. But they have PDFs working right now in BISD. And they're allowing it. It's fucking disgusting. That you're allowing these teachers, because they're your compadres, don't worry, we're not going to say anything. Now, he got whoever Trujillo's attorney is, I mean, kudos to that son of a bitch, even though I think he is wrong. He got his client the deal of the fucking century. That much of probation, and then okay, if he serves jail time, unos 2-3 months, he has todo. And, I mean, he's gonna be in fucking Carrizales, which is a hellhole. But I mean, okay, but he won't have to register. He just can't teach in the state. He just can't teach anywhere in the state of Texas. You know what I think? How he got that deal? I think Trujillo started singing Amor Eterno, and so I thought he started singing Amor Eterno or any other song. Because you're gonna tell me that Luis Sainz. This is where I'm like, fuck. I mean, I appreciate everything Luis Sainz has done as far as like prosecuting, like whenever he does, like, oh, we prosecuted this person. I appreciate everything he's done. But for this guy, for his office to accept this plea deal or offers this plea deal, it's very, very like, damn, how the hell, like, Somebody who is known for freaking laying down the damn hammer. Why would you offer this deal? So it makes me think. Like it makes me question like what the hell's going on. But it also makes me think. How much did Trujillo tell? Because again, you're not gonna tell me that he didn't get this damn good of a deal if he didn't speak. So if he did speak, I wonder how many administrators at Rivera are going to go down for this, past and present, retired or moved to different campuses. I wonder how many coaches, past and present, retired or moved, are going to go down for this too. I wonder if the Glass Palace is going to go down for this too. Because again, you cannot convince me that they just offered this deal because it's a first time offense. Like Frankie said, that's a pretty damn big first time offense that this motherfucker did. I think he talked. I honestly believe that this man talked and sung like Beyonce, like you wouldn't believe. So I cannot wait to see how this is going to play out. I can't wait to hear what admins are going to get in trouble for this. Because if administrators knew, because it was rumored that administrators knew, if they knew and that it was going on for years, why the hell didn't they report it to TEA? Why didn't they? And why were they threatening, again, rumored? Why were they threatening teachers with their jobs if teachers would have spoken out? Teachers are mandated reporters. Why would they allegedly threaten teachers with their jobs if they spoke out? Again, why was this not reported to TEA? It took more than 10 years because apparently he's been doing this for at least 5 years or longer, as long as he's been there. Are you also did admin reprimand the students? Because you're not going to tell me that students didn't know. I've heard rumors that the students knew and they would talk about it in front of admin. You're not going to tell me that admin didn't hear this and tried to investigate it, or like, no, los pinches huercos son chismosos y todo. So, what admins are going to go down? Makes you think. Again, past admin that used to be there that are probably retired or have moved to different campuses or that are still there. Are they going to get in trouble for not reporting? Are they going to get in trouble for threatening teachers with their jobs? Is BISD going to get into problems because of this? I hope so. Because it is a crock of shit that they did this. Are they going to actually put charges against that Hannah coach? Are they going to investigate Charlie Atkinson? Because again, it is alleged that Charlie Atkinson was also on that lease for that apartment. And he was also doing shit with students. Are they going to get after the entire coaching staff that knew, past and present, the former athletic director? I can't wait to see this play out. And I get it, it was ongoing. But is BISD going to talk about this? Are they going to say they condemn what he did? And to be honest, you know what Cameron County and Brownsville PD, after this whole thing happened, you know what they told Trujillo? Okay, güey, ya sabemos que no te puedes quedar con tus manos a tu lado y todo eso. Ok, te damos probation, te vas a la pinta, pero no te vas a tener que registrar, ok. You don't think that motherfuckers are gonna try to go back to that kid if the kid has like still having feelings y todo ese pedo? You don't think he's with that kid right now? Apparently, this ruined his family, his marriage. Like, what I also want to know is what do his parents think? Apparently, the mother knew. Apparently, rumors again. As Brownsville, you hear all these rumors. Apparently, the mom knew and met the girl. Like, come on. Ma'am, you're going to defend your son regardless if she was 19 and you knew she was a student. Like, come on. So it's just fucking ridiculous what this district is going to go to hell. It is. And the board doesn't seem to care about it. Now, I know that they can't really comment on anything because of the fact it's an investigation. Todo ese pedo que te tienen que decir. But I hope somebody speaks out about it now that the case is over. He pleaded guilty and all that crap. Are they going to condemn him and they're going to condemn anybody else? Are they going to start investigating the other PDS that are supposedly still hired by BISD? Really? Do you think that they will? No. Why? Because they don't want their image to look worse than what it does now. And it's fucking sad that they prefer their image over the safety of the kids. I was very disappointed to hear the ruling, but again, whoever that attorney is, you better have gotten your money's worth, sir. But I wouldn't have taken the case. That's just me. Trujillo, you're an embarrassment to BISD, dude. And nomás because you couldn't keep it in your damn pants, y no te podías, you couldn't keep it in your damn pants. You ruined years of hard work for a child. Because she is a child, regardless of her age. You ruined your family and you ruined your career because you were chasing a child. You're fucking sick, dude. You are. And I hope everybody else that needs to go down goes down with them. I have my popcorn ready. By the way, this is my favorite popcorn. They sell it at Dollar Tree now. I used to get it at Family Dollar, but this is my popcorn. I need to go stock up on this because I can't wait for the rest of this crap to play out. I will be ready. I can't wait to see the next board meeting. And here's the other thing, going back to the board and all this crap. Once I saw that article, the latest article from Jesus, I knew they were going to start. That was already saying they're going to retaliate against faculty. What happens? They have to approve. Apparently, it was supposedly approved last year. The budget for the Christmas bonus. Best reported initially that teachers were faculty were not going to get stipends this year for Christmas. You're going to tell me that's not retaliatory because, oh, they need to find monies wherever they can to get money for repairs. Like, really? Because you cannot budget your damn self and your mismanagement of funds, you're going to take away a bonus that can help teachers with Christmas shopping, with bills. Like, and they're facing a $15 million shortfall in the budget. So it's like, they're not going to get stipends this year. And as soon as Best reported it, bam, came out that I believe on the 9th, there is supposed to be a special called board meeting to either approve or deny the stipend. Apparently, that stipend for Christmas this year was approved last year. But then, obviously, it's like, I mean, it's BISD. That's $750 that. Again, Christmas shopping, bills, all these other expenses that teachers go through. You're going to retaliate against your teachers and your staff because you need money to pay for ACs and stuff. Bullshit. You're retaliating against the faculty and the staff because your little loan did not pass. I hope it gets approved. I hope. And the other thing is this. And yes, I get it where some people are like, oh, like teachers shouldn't get raises or whatever. I get it because, I mean, that costs money. That falls into the budget and all this where they can use for repairs. I 100% understand that. But let me tell you something. Even with the raise that BISD got, at least teachers, BISD is still the lowest paying district in the valley. It is. I'm gonna use. Let's see, Donna. I worked in Donna, and then I can't spell. I worked in Donna in 2018 to 2020. Here we go. Let's see. Vamos a ver aquí, hijitos de mi vida. On delays. Okay. So we have this. I'm going to look up Donna. A ver si es este. Okay. Hold on. I think I found it. If I did, okay. So, and I'm saying this is just fucking sad. So, with this year, for fresh out of college, Donna ISD is paying $57,250. That's a starting for new hires. What is BISD paying? $56,000. That's a couple thousand less. And as the years go on, let's say 20 plus years, that's where BISD is a little bit more. But just starting off, Donna is still higher than BISD. When I first got hired in Donna, which was 2018, I'm going to pull, they have to have it up. Let's see, 2018. Come on. They have to have it somewhere on their website because it's a history or whatever thing. I wonder if they have it. Okay. Employee compensation plan for BISD. When I first started teaching, let's see. I need the Donna one. A ver. Human resources. And I'm just bored right now. I'm just dancing. Okay, so I'm looking right now on what their pay is. Ándale, vámonos, sons of dogs. Okay, I can't see what they have, but anyway. So, when BISD, when I was hired in Donna, and again, I was not in teaching for the money because God knows. But going to BISD pay grade I'm gonna look for it because it's like, god dang. I don't know how far down this damn thing is. Okay. BISD pay. And this you can find it. You just Google 2018, 2019. Fresh out of college with the bachelor's. First out of college. If I would have started in BISD, $43,119. When I started in Donna, my salary at the time, I'm going based off the BISD scale. Let's see. Let me see if I can share this because that way you guys can see. Oh, Lord. Allow. Let me just change this. There. I know, I'm not going to quit and reopen later. Dang it, I can't do it because then I have to close. Okay, so you can look this up. 0 years of experience, $43,119. When I first started in Donna, I shit you not. I'm trying to find the damn thing because it has to be up on here. Let's see. Donna ISD pay scale. I mean, and I didn't freaking save any of this when I worked because, I mean, why would I save it and all that shots? Oh, okay. Is this... Oh, this is schedules. No. No. Okay, no, this is schedules. No. I want to find the freaking... I think I found it. Yes, I found it. Thank God for Google. Okay. Yes. Did I find it? Yes. Hopefully I did. Come on. I'm like going through a dang PDF. No, it's just a report. God dang it. No, I didn't find it. Dang it. Thought I found it. I didn't find it. I found the report to like the accountants and shots. Anyway, so going back to it. So BISD first year was 43,000. Now how much I was making in Donna my first year? What a teacher at the time that has been in the district for 17 years with the masters. 56,000. My first year of teaching in Donna. And that was just with the bachelor. And that wasn't including the stipends, your UIL stipend, your assistant director stipend, all the stipends they would give. That's not including. That was just base salary in Donna. My first year, like $56,000. That was 17, more than 10 years. That was like between 16 and 17 years in BISD at the time. What was I making in BISD at the time that I was teaching? And I had my master's, which was a freaking mess because my first year in the district, they did not recognize my master's, so they owed me some back pay. 2022. When I first got to BISD, I had already had my master's. And BISD, they add some coins to it before, after your master's, and this was also before stipends. Base pay. Let's see. With 3 years of experience, or no, 2 years of experience, 53,000 when I first got into BISD. That's with 2 years of experience. And then if you add the stipend, let's see, I'm trying to find it. Come on. Famous. Okay, so I'm going to do the math. No, not this one. Okay. So I got a credit of $3,500 because it was the master's degree in the teaching field plus the $500 bachelor degree. Or no, it didn't continue. I'm sorry, I'm reading it here. That was grandfather. So when it was 3,000, the stipend. Okay, that's just with the salary credit. Then fine arts. This is department head. I need to look for assistant. At that middle school level, stipend, $7,250. That's $10,000. Plus, let's just say that. Now let's go back to the pay scale. Come on. There you go. Plus what, 53,900. That's 53,900. I was getting paid 64,150. Again, they owed me a bunch of money when it came because they forgot to credit my master según ellos. So I got back pay, but let's say they didn't. My salary was 64,000. That's how much I made my second year of teaching. With stipends and all, and with the bachelor's. So yes, BISD will still be the lowest paying district. It will be. Now, do I see this getting better? Unfortunately, no. Because it has a stench of bullshit covers. And I hope they go after the superintendent for this. I hope he gets demoted. Will the board do anything? I don't know. I have no faith in this board. I don't. Because even though there's some good people in there, you still have the bad apples, man. You do. And it's a shame. Now, what's going to happen? I don't know. Will I come back and give my opinions on things? Yes. Will it just be fine arts? No. I'll give my opinions on stuff. Gotta wait to see what the hell comes out. But, sorry. Jesus, thank you for making this district into the chiat hole that it is now. Nepo Baby and the Amigas, thank you for making this district into the chiat hole. Hi, Angie. Thank you for making this district into the chiat hole that it is now. Nepo Baby, you need to get the hell off the board. Go work with your dad at Lone Star, or better yet, how come you haven't even ran for public office? I mean, your dad is running. You don't think he can get you in? Like, come on, Nepo Baby, come on. Denise, ma'am, I understand you want to run for county clerk. Last I saw and heard, we all know you're not going to win. Like, this isn't the case of Tony Saguirre and Little Eddie. People got tired of Tony Saguirre and his tranzas, and then they get Little Eddie, and Little Eddie's just as bad. But this isn't the case of Tony Aguirre Tranzas. Sylvia Atkinson is one of the juggernauts here in town. You really think you're gonna beat her? If the bond had passed, okay, I'd be like, all right, I see you going into public, being the county clerk. But man, we all know you're not gonna get it, so you're wasting money on that. And then if you lose the BISD election, pues buena suerte a ti. I mean, what are you gonna do now? I mean, you're still employed with the city, so you have your job there. Oh, and then speaking of that, I hope TEA is investigating if there's board members actually taking money under the table. And I've said this publicly to Carlos Elizondo, sir. I really hope you did submit those recordings to the best 3-letter agency, even with the idiot that's running it. I hope you submitted those recordings, because Carlos Elizondo came out and said that he has recordings where some board members are taking some money under the table. And Denise, do you have proof that? Because you insinuated that Elizondo was taking money. Do you have proof of that? And if you do, have you submitted it to the 3-letter agency? Probably not. So how is that allowed in an open forum? Also, another reason why I think the superintendent, Mr. Travis, should go. He just sits on his ass and just sits there during the board meetings while there's pissing matches on. How do you allow that to happen in front of the public, whether it's in person or on YouTube or whatever the dang website is? What that is telling me is, okay, you're going to allow the pissing matches to happen to see who has the biggest set. All right. So then me as a community member, I can go and do the same thing to any one of them on the board, especially when the board secretary is caught on camera telling a board member, I don't give a damn if you don't like the damn man or woman. But there is recording of the board secretary saying, fuck you to a damn board member. She only got suspended for a day, and she's still the board secretary. So that also tells me that maybe in the next meeting, I might say, if it pisses me off, I might say, fuck you to the board. What's the worst they're going to do? Kick me out and ban me? All right. So BISD is a fucking mess. I'm surprised TEA hasn't gotten involved yet. I'm waiting for TEA to get involved. The 3-letter agency is going to get involved. They're all fucking going down. They are. I'm sorry. And because of these 4, the 3 amigas and their puppet, the entire city, the entire district suffers, and the entire board suffers. And then also, there should be some people from the Glass Palace that should get fired, especially when they don't take grievances seriously, whether it's somebody you like or don't. I mean, I guess getting told by a principal after you tell them that you asked them whatever happened to the charges you asked to file against a student for threatening your life because you told on him and you reported him for cheating on the state exam, and they were making noises, like very inappropriate noises while you're teaching. You tell the teacher, aguántate. Sorry, you're gonna vas a tener que aguantar. You file a grievance against said principal and nothing's done. Yet that person, after the grievance was filed, knew they were getting retaliated against. So why wasn't that followed through? How come that principal wasn't investigated? Oh, because she's your comadre. There's a lot of people in the Glass Palace that need to get fired, or shouldn't be there, or get demoted. And aside from having compadrismo syndrome, again, with not following through with grievances because it's about somebody you like or something, and then you want to force whoever you're accusing, whoever the person's accusing, to be in the same room. No, I'm sorry, that's wrong too. So yeah, this board needs to go. Certain people need to go in the Glass Palace. And again, I will always defend fine arts to the death. If it gets me banned from BISD because I speak my mind, fine. But fine arts deserves better than what the hell you all are giving them. Because you know it as well as I do. In Brownsville, fine arts is what represents BISD, not athletics. CT is excluded. Not athletics, not academics. Consistently academics, consistently athletics, no. Who is consistent? Fine arts. Yeah, you're giving them the chiat end of the stick. So I can't wait to see what happens. If there's anything else that comes out, I will come back live. I will try to not make it a 3-hour, 4-hour rant, but it's just very frustrating to see. One, we have an incompetent superintendent. We have a Nepo baby and her friends that are more incompetent than the damn city commission. And we have incompetent people in the Glass Palace. And like I said, I've had my differences with the administration of fine arts. I have. But when I see something unfair when it comes to them getting treated like shit, I'm going to stand up for it. Oh, by the way, I hope that the board has something to say. When parents complain, because I don't know if there's no Brownsville All City band concert, but yet there was an All City choir concert, yet there was an event for Estudiantina. Band has the most kids, I would like to say, because I'm a band kid. Are you going to be, fine arts is going to be there and defending why they couldn't have it if it comes to that. But Nepo Baby and the three amigas plus your puppet, are you going to tell them why? If it comes to the fact that there is no All City concert? Are you? And if they end up having it, because again, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm just saying, situation. And let's say you do have it. Are you all even going to attend an all city concert? Because you know who attends? Like almost every year that I've gone? Minerva Peña. I've seen the Nepo baby. She only does the intro speech and then she takes off. I've never seen her stay for a concert. I've never seen the superintendent there. I've never seen the others there. But Minerva Peña. Are you all going to go to a concert? I've never seen, when I was in school either, a single board member attend a region concert, whether it's orchestra or mainly the band one, middle school, high school, where more than 50% of the damn band is BISD. Whether it's the top group, the middle group, or the bottom group. Each of those bands are more than half of BISD. Are you all going to be there? Or is it, oh, that's too much for me? You have kids individually that are representing BISD. Yet you can't even tell them, I appreciate you. You can't even recognize your two most historic programs at performing at the state marching contest, but yet the day after the board meeting where you don't even recognize them, ahí estás cortando pastel con ellos. And saying we're so proud, but yet you couldn't recognize them at the end of the board meeting, Travis. Like, come on. Anyway, that is my rant. I kept it under 3 hours, so yay. That is my rant for the night. If anything else pops up about BISD, I am for sure gonna say something about it. If you can, tune into Frankie or anybody else that reports on it because they have facts. Like I said, Frankie does not get along with Susan, does not get along with Maria, and vice versa. But they're all speaking for the public and they're all providing facts. And that, I mean, that's all what it's about is keeping the public informed. But yeah, I am going to get going. gonna get some sleep, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Please make sure to follow if you are a band person. If you wanna see the band TikToks I do tomorrow, I'm gonna do a reaction. I'll see if I can do it here. I don't want to pay for multi-streaming, but I do TikTok. I do lives Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays. I react to Mondays. I react to Drum Corps International videos. Wednesday, I react to WGI or indoor groups, high school, professional, college, whatever you want to call it. And then Saturdays, I react to marching bands. If you guys want to see that, cool. It's on my TikTok. It's the same as my username. Uh, that's on the the pinned comment. Just add another A between the A and the T, and take away the numbers. That's my username on TikTok. And I'm gonna hopefully this weekend I will release some more goats in the band world, and a lot of it's gonna be some Valley bands directors. There's some good BISD directors that are in there too. And I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a good night. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.